over here. A, meeting opening. A1, call to order. A2, pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We will observe a 30-second moment of silence. Thank you. Moving to A3, adoption of the agenda. Are there any consent agenda items that a board member would like to have discussed as an action item?
Yes.
Your mic.
I would like to discuss E8,
Thank you.
FAPE grant.
Are there any other consent agenda items that a board member would like to have discussed as an action item? Hearing none, do I have a motion that the governing board adopt the meeting agenda?
I move that we adopt the meeting agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Lopeza. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. De Ocampo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving to B, presentation. B1, summer camp experience. Ms. Karen Schmaltz.
Good evening, President Conchas, members of the Governing Board, and Dr. Mayes. I'm pleased to present our 2024 Summer Camp Program. So our summer camp experience this year will be hands-on. There will be fitness, sports, arts, science, lots of project-based activities. We have themed weekly sessions. So our first week will be camping. Our second week will be safari. Our third week will be carnival, and our fourth week will be pirates. The summer camp program is hosted at most of our AESD sites, offered to K through 7 students, and we will have breakfast and lunch daily. So our staffing looks like we have a facilitator on each campus, and that's the go-to person, and they won't have any students. Support and certified staff will host rotation stations in groups aligned to the weekly theme. And we have district support and certified staff. They were trained on April 10th and April 24th. We also have one library rotation position at every school, so they will provide literacy-based activities based on the camp themes, and will also be able to check out books daily. So we also have our mower students, our third grade students. So we'll have an in-person opportunity for them and a virtual opportunity for them to get some more support. And we also have ESS self-contained classrooms at Barcelona, Catalina, Choice Learning Academy, Cordova, Granada East, Granada West, James W. Rice, Sevilla East, and Sevilla West. So these were our participation count projections. Last year's enrollment doubled, so we wanted to have 2,850 students. Right now we have about 1,150 students registered, so we're still registering students as we speak. These are the site times and transportation schedule for each site. So it's on a tiered system. So we have 3 tiers. Here are the summer camp days and times. We're attending summer camp for 14 days. The times reflected here are the actual times that we will have students with enrichment facilitators and site facilitators. You can see the days here each week that will have summer camp. So this is the day, and maybe a K through 2 student, what they would be doing in a day based on the camping theme the first week. So for mystery, science, and arts, they would be learning about the moon and stars and making a moon and stars booklet, and thinking about the stars and how they're visible at night. And then in their PE rotation, they might be playing a park ranger game where one person is the park ranger and they try to tag the animals, and so it's like a game of tag. And then in the library rotation, they might be reading camp stories, campfire stories, creating campfire stories, writing and reading and sharing those stories. So we have some community partnerships. This is very exciting. We're partnering with Read Better, Be Better. So they will be on every campus, and we're partnering the older students with the younger students. It'll be during library time. We're also partnering with the Phoenix Public Library and getting into their summer reading program. We want to really get them reading every day and have library time where they have a 55-minute block where they'll be reading. The public library offers prizes and incentives, and we figure we can get them through about half the program and really try to market the program so they finish it at home. The International Rescue Committee will be partnering with us, and they will be offering opportunities to celebrate students' cultures, our refugees' cultures, and they will come to sites and maybe do some dance or games, whatever choice of the students, and they'll also offer English language support. We're excited about junior achievement. They will be bringing their Money in Motion program, and they're going to spend one day at each site, and they were able to support all 14 of our sites. Also, the Arizona Council of Economic Education, and they know our board well, they are excited to come and teach us about financial literacy, so they will be 2 days at 2 sites. So summer camp parent registration, that's still going on, as I mentioned, and this is the link where the parents can register online. And I met with principals, and we have summer rooms all identified, and we have what our enrichment leaders will be teaching, so all of that is finished. So transportation, they're working on getting bus routes for our students who are bus riders. Child nutrition is involved because they need to know how many of our kids that they're going to feed, and also they're going to reach out to the community and still offer age 0 through 18 free breakfast and lunch throughout camp. We also have the district health department looking at the names of our summer camp students to advise us of any health needs. All the materials and school supplies needed for the activities are provided. They're here now. We're sorting through them and getting them organized by school and enrichment facilitator, and they'll be sent to summer camp next week, or to sites next week. So that's summer camp. We're looking forward to the adventures awaiting us as we stay active, stay connected, and stay engaged during summer camp. Thank you.
Good. Questions or comments? Do you have any?
Comments. Thank you. I asked for this and you gave it to me. Thank you. I'm so excited. I love the themes. I love the fact that you've made accommodations for all spectrum of learners, including talking about health needs as well as educational needs. I love educating the whole child. You've done that. You've got literacy in there. You've got sports. You've got so many things handled in there. The lessons that you showed us were, I'm assuming, K2.
Yes, K2.
I'm assuming the 7th and 8th is going to look a little different than that.
Yes, the
Okay.
7th grade will look different. Yeah.
That was an assumption, but I wanted to check.
Uh-huh.
I wish we could do more than 14 days.
I know.
It would be nice if we could figure out some way to get past that June 30th deadline. And it would be nice if we could figure out because I'm sure one of the reasons people don't sign up is because what are they going to do after 10:30 when the children are done? So that would be nice if we could figure out something to augment the rest of the day. But kudos, I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Sign me up, I'm coming over.
Okay, come on over. Thank you. Done? Okay.
Thank you. Moving to B2, Spring Sports Recognition, Ms. Karen Stengel.
Good evening, President Conches and members of the governing board and Dr. Myers. I'm here tonight to celebrate our spring athletic champions. Thank you. This past season was our first time playing competitive girls slow pitch softball and competitive boys volleyball. We had 222 students participate across the district. For both sports, I received very positive feedback from the athletes, from the coaches, from the parents, all throughout the season. So we look forward to making these two new sports part of our regular spring season lineup next year. So I'd like to invite the board down to the front so that we can present you with the district championship teams, and then you can provide them with their trophies. So first, I'd like to introduce to you the winners of the District Girls Slow Pitch Softball Championship. This team finished their season with an overall record of 8-1. This team is coached by Mr. Samuel Nathan. We have the Catalina Slow Pitch Softball Championship team.
President Conches, Governing Board, Dr. Maes, I'd like to thank you for providing the opportunity for our Alhambra students to participate in sports. It's very, integral in our lives, and they face challenges on the field that they've overcame, and also in the classroom. Also to the parents, I'd like to thank you for your support, as evidenced here tonight, and all throughout our season. You've been there for the team and your girls, and we'd like to dedicate this victory to our principal, Ms. Bunch. Okay, coming on up is number 1, April Pham. And number 2, Paulette Uarte. Number 3, Andrea Avila. Number 4, Marilyn Erlands. And number 5, Madison Wynn. Number 6, Leslie Barbatian. Number 7, Azalea Sesman. And number 9, Abraceli Luna. Number 11, our MVP, Itzel Urbinas, Enriquez Urbina.
Yep. And ladies, if you want to move closer to the middle, and then we'll take one big group picture, and then family members, if any of you want to come up to take pictures, they'll be here smiling for you. Let's give them one more round of applause. Good job, Catalina. Next, I'd like to introduce to you the winners of the District Boys Volleyball Championship. This team finished their season with an undefeated overall record of 11-0. They're coached by Mr. Reno Ferris. We have the Global Academy of Phoenix boys volleyball team.
Good evening. Thank you, governing board members, for having us. As we're celebrating, I'm just filled with a lot of gratitude reflecting on this volleyball season. It has been a journey marked with a lot of hard work and resilience and unforgettable moments. From the very first day of practice, we set our sights on, well, I take that back. Back in December, when Karen told us that there was going to be a boys volleyball season, that's when these guys were all in and they knew what the goal was going to be, and that was going to be try to get another championship. But also with that, they wanted to grow as players, as individuals, and as a team to achieve that goal. As our season was defined not just by the victories, but by the way we handled some setbacks, and there were a lot of setbacks. Even though from the outside looking in, being undefeated, you might think, what problems could they have? But there was definitely setbacks with players getting sick, not being able to play, other outside stuff where some of these guys had to step up and fill the role to be able to achieve this goal. To our families, our friends, our fans, and the whole GAP community, just thank you. You guys deserve a very special recognition for all your dedication, your guidance, and your belief in our abilities. That was the foundation for our success. You guys have been the constant support, encouragement. You guys lifted us in times of doubt, and celebrated with us in the moments when we finally won the championship. Your presence at our games did not go unnoticed, and it means the world to us. And to the team, thank you guys for an incredible season. You guys fought super hard, and this season was more than just volleyball. It's been about building lifelong friendships and learning valuable life lessons. I'm humbled to have been your coach, and you have taught me so much throughout this season. As we celebrate to end this remarkable season, I just want to remember that this came with a lot of hard work, unity, resilience to achieve this. Your odds of being successful without the hard work and resilience and unity, it's not very likely that you guys, I don't think that we'd be standing here today without that foundation. So thank you to everyone that has been supporting us from day one, and thank you, team. You guys deserve this championship. Thank you. Number 1, Adon Marcias Geronimo. Number 2, Dylan Landé. Number 3, Corey Robles. Number 7, Adam Robles. Number 8, Jaden Henderson. Number 9, Jaden Galvez Garcia. Number 11, Jose Velasquez Gardea. And number 14, David Ornelas.
If you guys want to move to the center so we can get a good picture with the governing board and your trophy. Stay there, you have some more. Hold on, your celebrities. Thank you to everyone for a great spring season.
Any comments from the governing board?
Congratulations. Wow. That is so exciting, and I'm so sorry. They're all 8th graders over at their Gap. That just gives you a whole clean slate to start with. Good work, all of you. Congratulations.
I want to say thank you to all of our parents for all of the support that you've given the district, and I want to thank all of our staff, our coaches, and also our students for all the hard work and determination that you have provided. Here in this district, our motto is educating the whole child, and that's why sports and physical activity is extremely important for us. So thank you, and a round of applause once again for everyone. We will move to B3, Superintendent AAA students, Dr. Mayas and Mr. Gamino. We're all going back down.
Good evening, Governing Board. Good evening, everyone. First, number one, I do have a few words for you all, but I'm going to save them because I want you all up here before I share just what a pleasure it's been getting to know each and every one of you. But to begin our presentation this evening, I would like for some of our students who've decided to step up and be brave to come share about their experiences as a leader, as an advisor to the superintendent as a AAA. So those who are going to speak this evening, can you come on up here? All right.
My name is Angelina Martinez. I am in the 7th grade and I am 13 years old. August 31st, I found out that I was AAA and had my first meeting September 14th. I accomplished a lot of my dreams this year, such as going to the state capitol, meeting the state senator, viewing the House of Representatives, meeting our city mayor, getting principals list, doing sports all year long, and many others. This was by far my best year in Alhambra. I am beyond proud of myself, and I'm sure my family is too. I'm too short for this.
Hello, I'm Araceli Luna Rodriguez. I'm an 8th grader at Catalina Ventura. I have played in sports such as cheerleading and slow pitch softball. This year I have met so many wonderful people from other schools here in the Alhambra district, and we have made bonds that will last a lifetime. We have made a lot of big accomplishments like visiting the state capitol, meeting the mayor, and even seeing the House of Representatives. This has been an amazing experience, and this has been by far the best year ever. Thank you for everything you have done, Dr. Mayas and Mr. Gamino.
Hello, my name is Brianna Landeros. I am a 7th grader from Barcelona. I have been a part of AAA since 6th grade. This year, I have met many wonderful people. We have went to the state capitol, met our city mayor, and saw the House of Representatives. When I was in AAA last year, I didn't really click with them because they were very much older than me. But everyone this year is so nice and supporting. This year was a great year, and I look forward to being at Alhambra next year.
Thank you. Great job. Stay close, though. Stay close. Because so next I would like to, if we can provide the certificates, and then once I have you all up here, then I would like to share a few words.
I'm going to apologize ahead of time in case I mispronounce a name, but we're going to start with Brianna Landeros. Next, Jelini Cardenas. Yetza Marani Sandoval Cerreto. Oliver Chavez Tinoco. Angelina Martinez. Anais Martin. Araceli Lunda Rodriguez.
So before we pose for pictures, I just wanted you all to see these amazing leaders that we have here in Alhambra. I think about my first interactions with them when the first day that I met them, I was so impressed as youth how they just right away sat next to each other, welcomed one another, and I know that even our speaker spoke to that, and I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed with your leadership. Just not only how intelligent and ambitious you all are, but like I said, what I love most was your compassion for people. You understand how important it is that as leaders, that the people that we lead are the most important. And so just making sure to connect with one another. And like I said, you inspire me so much. I want you to know that in your little gift there's a book, and I've written each of you an individual message that I hope will inspire you like you inspire me. And I want you all to know the great hope that I have, that I hope you have, knowing such amazing leaders, the future how great our future is with amazing leaders like you. So congratulations to you all. Thank you for advising me, helping me lead the district. And I look forward to staying connected with you when you come back and tell me about your graduation at the university and wherever else you're going, so that I can join you in celebrating more. All right, so thank you.
we have any comments from the governing board members?
Just congratulations to everybody. It's incredible to see young people stand up and accept additional responsibility, whether it's in sports or academics or just being leaders. The volunteer attitude that everybody had here tonight, us adults greatly appreciate it, and don't lose that.
I would like to say that I'm extremely proud of everyone, especially our AAA scholars and all of our athletes. I always like to say, especially when parents are here, that students, you have a home here in Alhambra. We hope that you can come back and be part of the Alhambra team, whether you're a staff member, whether you're a support staff, whether you're a teacher. We want you to come back. And also, we need governing board members. We want some of you to be sitting in these seats because we're not going to be here forever. So we want the new generation of leadership to start forming here in this community. I just want to say congratulations once again. Mr. Solorio, do you have any comments?
No further comments from me.
Okay. We will take a 3-minute recess.
I'm afraid to leave.
Moving to C, information items. C1, 8th grade promotion assignments. C2, financial report. The submitted monthly report provides the district's financial status as of the report date, May 8th, 2024. Moving to D, public comment. D1, we have Sunny Martin.
Take a deep breath, as I say to my students all the time. Take that breath. Anyways, so hello, President Conchas, Dr. Mayas, esteemed governing board members, Ms. Dana Lucero. By the way, I'm the first-time speaker, long-time listener, so just bear with me. My name is Sunny Martin, and I'm a proud member of the Cordova community. I am also a proud member of ADEA, AEA, and NEA. And very, very quickly, I know I have a time limit, point of personal privilege, educator friends, basically the brick and mortar people, we are exhausted. We are at the end of it all, and we can do it. Okay, now I'm going back because I know I don't have a lot of time. So not only am I a proud member of a Cordova community, I'm a very proud member of the Alhambra community as well. I'm proud that we support diversity, equity, and inclusion. I am so proud that we support the whole child. Shout out to Karen and Kendra. Please tell Kendra the same. I'm so proud that we refuse to ban books, and I can go on and on. But I'm mainly proud of how we are a brave and bold district, and I want to thank you right now for considering to adopt the resolution recognizing ADEA, AEA, and NEA now, but most importantly for the future, because as you said, President Conchas, we don't know who is going to be here in the future. I'm gonna wrap it up because I know I have time. My dear, dear late principal in a different district, David Franks, he always used to say, what is best for the kiddos? What is best for the kiddos? And that is why we're all here, after all, and what is best for the kiddos is having voices of our frontline, brick and mortar, all day, every day, seeing the kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Our voices matter, and that is what is best for the kiddos. And I thank you for considering this, resolution to recognize us, and thank you all for all your service, and I mean that. And I digress. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Shauna Becker.
Good evening, President Conchas, Dr. Myers, and members of the governing board. On behalf of ADEA, I want to express our sincerest gratitude for the deliberation on this resolution that Sunny mentioned earlier to acknowledge our organization. Veronica does wish that she could be here tonight, but her husband dragged her to a concert that they've had tickets to for months. So we just want you guys to know that this recognition means a lot to us, and we appreciate your support. It is the collaboration that we've had the last couple of years has really been invaluable, and with optimism for the resolution's approval, we look forward to continuing this partnership. We are confident that through our ongoing collaboration, we will create the best learning environment for our students, all students in particular, and so a supportive work environment for all staff in Alhambra. And we just want a place where everyone feels valued. So thank you for your thoughtful consideration and your unwavering commitment to the Alhambra community. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I told Dr. Spearman I would babble on nervously, and I did. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move to E, consent agenda. I call for a motion that the governing board approve consent agenda items E2 through E7.
I move that we approve consent agenda items E2 through E7.
Thank you, Mr. Lopeza. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. De Ocampo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving to E8. I call for a motion that the governing board approve the awarded grant school safety program continuation.
I move that we approve the school safety grant.
School. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion?
I asked for this to be pulled off the agenda so that I could speak to it. I want to appreciate. No. It was on. Okay. Speak up. Pretend you're at recess. I wanted this to be pulled off the agenda so that I could acknowledge the hard work that Angela Conklin, Michael Rivera, and Alana Ragland have done on this. And I realize this is an extension of a grant that's in existence. I have been part of writing that grant numerous times. The amount of work, data that is collected is immeasurable. It's just unbelievable what you have to go through to get this grant. And the fact that it's extended, I'm very proud of us as a district for having it and for writing it in the first place. Kudos to us for what we will do for the safety of our students because of this grant. And thank you to the three that organized and got it written initially and have gotten it extended.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving to F, Board Policy. F1, the second reading of policy EBAA, reporting of hazard warning systems, and policy EEAA, walkers and riders. I call for a motion that the governing board approve the second readings of policies EBAA and EEAA.
I move that we approve the second reading of policy EBAA, reporting of hazards warning systems, and policy EEAA, walkers and riders.
Thank you, Mr. Lopeza. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. De Ocampo. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving to G, Human Resources. I call for a motion that the governing board approve the addition of a new position titled Assistant Preschool Student Transition 1, 2, or 3.
I move that we accept the administration recommendation for the governing board to approve the addition of the new position titled Assistant Preschool Student Transition 1, 2, or 3.
Thank you, Mr. Ocampo. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Mr. Oropesa. Discussion?
I am excited to see that we've added this when we approve the position for the preschool student transition staff member. I myself was in charge of our preschool programs. I had programs at 14 schools and had to go to 14 different campuses, which meant that I never spent any time in the district office. And I was concerned about how this person was going to be able to handle this job with as many preschool classrooms as we have and in many different sites. So I'm pleased to see that we recognize that that would be a lot for one person to handle and that we have stepped up and added an additional staff member.
Thank you.
This position is kind of preemptive, and the resources that we put into preschool directly reflect enrollment. And so the more resources and support we can give there, the better it will be reflected years down the line. And so this is an excellent option to continue to support our preschool program.
I agree. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. This motion passes. Moving to H, new business. H1, Helios ABOR data sharing agreement. I call for a motion that the governing board approve the data sharing agreement between Arizona Board of Regents for and on behalf of Arizona State University's ASU Helios Decision Center for Educational Excellence. I know that's a lot.
I move that we accept the recommendation of the administration for the governing board.
I'm sorry. You said recommendation. It's a data sharing agreement.
Recommends the governing board approve the data sharing agreement between Arizona Board of Regents for and on behalf of Arizona State University ASU Helios Decision Center for Educational Excellence.
Thank you, Ms. Del Campo. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Mr. Oropesa.
All of that.
Discussion. So Dr. Mayas and I attended a presentation on this, and it's really going to be remarkable, something that has not been done before, where we are able to connect with our Phoenix Union High School District and also ASU in order to see where our students are from, I believe, our middle grades all the way up to see if they graduated high school, to see if they graduated college, if they got a bachelor's degree, if they got a a doctorate degree, a master's degree, and we'll also be able to see the trends as well. So this is going to be something that's remarkable, and it's something that's also happening with a lot of other feeder districts in the Phoenix Union High School District and in the Phoenix area. So I applaud Dr. Mayes for being collaborative with other superintendents in the region and for bringing this proposal to the board.
I thank you also. What I'm excited about is what this data is going to show about what we do and how we can use that to even improve what we have. I know we're already great, but we can even be better and greater. And this data will show us what kinds of things our students are doing well and what kinds of things our students need to further their education and to continue being successful.
I think as a district, we've made a significant shift to be data driven, and I think that is a very, very good thing. That's because data brings responsibility. That and we are great and excellent, and we are great and excellent because our data shows it. And so I'm all for this continued expansion, and I believe the more information we can share and receive, the better we'll be.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving to H2, Memorandum of Understanding. I call for a motion that the Governing Board approve the Memorandum of Understanding between Arizona Board of Regents for and on behalf of Arizona State University and the Alhambra Elementary School District.
I move that we approve the Memorandum of Understanding between Arizona Board of Regents and for and on behalf of Arizona State University and Alhambra Elementary School District.
Thank you, Ms. Oropesa. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. De Ocampo. Any discussion?
How awesome that we're looking for other ways to get staff. Number one, we're contributing to developing more specialized people in the area of speech and hearing, and in addition to that, we're bringing a clinic in that will help serve our students. So it's a win on both sides of this question. Thank you.
I agree. And just for the public, this is with the speech and hearing clinic at ASU. So it sounds similar to the previous one, but it's completely different. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. This motion passes. Moving to H3. I call for a motion that the Governing Board approve the adoption of the proposed resolution.
I move that we approve the adoption of the proposed resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Oropesa. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Ms. De Ocampo. Discussion?
I would like to read the resolution.
You can go ahead.
This is resolution number 1, resolution recognizing the Alhambra District Education Association, ADEA, Arizona Education Association, AEA, and the National Education Association, NEA. Whereas the Alhambra Elementary School District Governing Board is committed to promoting excellence in education and ensuring the success of our students, and whereas the Alhambra Elementary District Education Association, ADEA, is a local affiliate of the Arizona Education Association, AEA, and the National Education Association, NEA, dedicated to advancing the interest of educators and improving the quality of education in our community, and whereas the ADA, in partnership with AEA and NEA, provides valuable support and resources to our district's faculty and staff, including professional development opportunities, advocacy for fair pay and benefits, and voice in working conditions, climate, and culture. And whereas the ADA is a powerful way for the faculty and staff to support and strengthen our local education community, as well as the broader AEA and NEA mission of promoting high-quality public education for all students. Whoops. Well, there's more to go here.
Therefore, be it resolved that the Alhambra Elementary School District Governing Board fully supports the ADEA and its affiliation with the AEA and the NEA. Be it further resolved that the Governing Board recognizes the important role of ADEA, AEA, and NEA play in supporting our district's faculty and staff and enhancing the quality of education in our community.
Be it further resolved that the governing board pledges to work collaboratively with ADEA to support our educators and ensure that all students in the Alhambra Elementary School District have access to a high-quality education. Passed and adopted this blank day of May 2024, if this is adopted. And any other discussion?
Yes. Since I entered the College of Education way back before any of you were even born, I joined the NEA. I have been a proud member of NEA, Michigan Education Association. I was trying to plan this out. Hawaii Education Association, Washington State Education Association, Guam Education Association. I have been a member of many, many affiliates of, and I forgot, Phoenix Elementary Classroom Teachers Association. I stand before you the person I am and the educator I am in good part due to my affiliations, connections with AEA and NEA. They have provided me educational opportunities to support me becoming a better leader. They have supported me in professional development. They have given me colleagues who I can collaborate with, and that's not just in my own local school districts, but across the nation and across the state and across the city. I am very proud of my continued membership in this association. I am proud of the work that these organizations do on behalf of public schools and public education, not only in Arizona, but all over the country and even abroad. There are NEA affiliates that are in other countries as well. We as educators have not always liked being political and being involved in politics, but because of NEA and AEA, it has come to reality in my mind that the only way we're going to survive, especially in Arizona, is if we are involved politically. NEA, AEA, ADEA, in conjunction with all the other education associations, can band together, and that's the only way we are going to have enough of a voice to get things to change, not only in our legislature, but in our Arizona Department of Education. So I thank those people who are members and who have supported this resolution coming forward. I thank all of you for letting me bring it forward, and I look forward to continue working with all of our staff members. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? For me, I hope that this resolution shows the continued support that we've had, but also strengthens the relationship that we already have with the ADEA. I also want to thank all of our leaders who are members of the ADEA, all the folks who are classified staff, certified staff, who put in their hard work and sacrifice every single day for the betterment of our community and the betterment of our students and children. I also want to thank Dr. Myers for your continued support and relationship with ADEA. I know when you came in, you had a listening tour, and you continue to meet with leadership of ADEA, and you have you were someone who said, yes, let's do this, and put your whole weight and support behind it. So I appreciate you so much. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion passes. Moving to H4, issues for delegate assembly consideration for the 2025 political agenda. The governing board is asked to review the attached current political agenda and is prepared to reaffirm its top 5 priorities. 2 additional priorities can be submitted for the legislative committee to consider. The submission deadline is June 10th, 2024. Is there any discussion or comments on the delegate assembly 2025 political agenda?
My comments are sort of all over the place. If you look at their political agenda, one side, 2 sides, I honestly think if they really want to focus, they've got too many things on their agenda. It's hard for me to believe that they can effectively lobby, excuse me, lobby for all of these. Not that they aren't important, but it is an awful big plate full to decide which ones are the best. I could not bring it down to only 5. So I'm going to tell you what my top ones were, and I don't even remember how many it is now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see there's a lot of things that need to be cut. I think there's some that are extremely important. Maximize the state funding for competitive salaries. That is one that I think is extremely important, that we continue to lobby, that we have the funds to pay all of our staff. And along with that, I think the repeal of the constitutional aggregate expenditure limit via legislative referral to the voters. Some of you have lived through this year after year after year. When we get to a certain point, the legislature says, oops, you've hit the top end. You can't go any further. And we have to wait for the legislature to decide to change the limit. So that would be a really high one on my list of things that I think need to be taken care of. And we all know, full funding, a full day of kindergarten. I mean, come on. This is just crazy that we as a state had that at one point in time, took it away. And I actually had 2 senators tell me this year, well, it's not important because the districts pick up the other half of that. But that impacts our district budget massively when we only get paid for a half a day of the students that we are funding, that we're providing a full day of education for. That kind of is like an unfunded mandate to me. Local, to me, another one that's really important is local control and flexibility in managing our funds and programs. I don't think the legislature should be telling us what's important for our community when they don't even live here. They don't know what our students go through and our families go through day for day. So that they want to lobby for that, I would support ASBA lobbying for more local control. I kind of went over, I kind of missed a couple back over here under the adequate equitability funding. We have got to. How many years have we not fully funded education for our special needs students? It costs bucks to educate students that are on 504s, are on IEPs, who are a part of our gifted program. We have never, as a country, as a state, come even close to funding what it costs to support those students and those families in their important education. So that is another one I would put on my top list. And then preschool, we all know who I am. Not only should we fund kindergarten full day, we should fund preschool. You know, when I was in kindergarten, the most important thing was taking naps and eating graham crackers. I actually flunked naps. My mother saved that report card. Don't ask me why. But come on, we're in a different society now. You can't expect somebody to walk into a kindergarten classroom without having been taught the social skills and the routines and procedures that come in preschool. And that can't happen in a 2-hour day. We need to fully fund preschool, and it needs to be for a sizable chunk of the day. Oh, well, we already talked about banning. They should not be telling us what we should ban. Another one I'm passionate about is fully restoring the 9th and 13th grade CTEs, our education that is not just college but career technical education. There are plenty of people out there that want to spend their life working in careers that are not lawyers and doctors, and we should be able to provide those programs in our schools and have them be funded as well. Bear with me for a minute. Well, this one is important as well. We need to provide funding to districts to implement locally directed research-based school programs, not just safety programs, which is what they're going for, but also academic programs. And I think we're on that with the Helios Foundation. And the last one would be to oppose efforts that would reduce or interrupt the impact aid funding to our rural schools. We think we have it tough in the inner city and in our downtown Phoenix. Try being out there in Sierra Vista. Those rural communities need that support as much as, in some ways, even more than we do, because they have added expenses. How much does it cost to buy a new bus and ship it down to Sierra Vista? They have a lot of expenses that we don't have. So having said that, I didn't get to 5. You guys can nail it down to 5. Thank you for listening.
I'm going to shrink it to 1, and that's the first one. I think if they would be able to maximize state funding, that would solve a vast amount of problems in this. The numbers just came out just, I think, last week or two. And, statewide, obviously, we do not fund the way other states do, but the big disparity is state funding. I believe state funding's at 65% of the national average. And so just maximizing state funding, which is the very first bullet point, to be able to see that at work would go a long way in a lot of the problems that we see. And so if they just had one bullet point, that one, I think that would be enough for me. So.
As Ms. De Ocampo, Mr. Oropesa said theirs, I got to cross them off of my list, so now I get 5 additional ones that haven't been said. So, and these are in no particular order. Adequately fund the cost of student transportation, including adequate maintenance of school bus routes for CTEDs in rural schools, but also, urban schools too. I think that's important. Provide full-time funding for preschool programs and the K through 12 funding formula. Give all districts the authority to provide affordable housing options to faculty and staff. Oppose regulations, policies, and restrictions that overburden or unreasonably penalize educators and support staff as they educate and care for students. And Arizona school boards call upon all state, federal, tribal, and local officials to address the cause and impact of increased self-harm and violence at K through 12 schools. Those are my 5.
So I think altogether we now have about 16? No, maybe 12. Okay.
Sounds good. Mr. Solorio, do you have any comments?
No, I think you guys have covered it all.
Okay, thank you. Moving to I, comments and communications. I1, comments from governing board members.
Congratulations. We're almost to the end of the school year. And you guys have worked so hard. I'm so proud of what our staff, all of our staff has done. It has been an amazing year. Some of the things that I noticed highlights were all of our schools were A's and B's, most all of them. We had our daily attendance, that focus on daily attendance. I drive by the signs and it says 95% attendance. It's so exciting that our students are coming to school, and then we've increased our enrollment. Now, it might not be by zillions, but we have increased our enrollment. And once the word gets out, it's going to keep getting out, and more people are going to want to bring their children to our schools. And thanks to Mr. Solorio and my fellow board members, we are building some affordable housing on a piece of property that was really not much of anything. So my congratulations to all the students, the family, and the staff who've helped these things happen. I also want to thank each and every one who has served on a committee, taken a class, or attended a professional development to extend their learning, who has taken time out of their lunch to call parents to remind them that their students maybe need to do their homework or are doing a great job with their homework. Those who have coached sports or other extracurricular activities. Thanks to all the staff members that have spent extra time with a student, a child who needed support. I know some of you give up your lunch hours and stay late just so you can spend extra time with some of those students that need a little push. My closing comments are in relation to educating the whole child. In the past couple of weeks, I have been so excited about seeing how we have taken that notion of educating the whole child beyond what most people think of. It's not just sports, it's not just arts, it's not just science. I had the pleasure of going with James W. Rice to BizTown. Those 8th graders, their financial literacy, when I was in 8th grade, I was putting my quarters in a piggy bank to buy a Barbie doll. These kids, they were able to balance their needs versus their wants. They could put money into a savings account. They figured out how much money they needed to pay on student loans. They were amazing. They knew how to do their credit card debt. They are way ahead in a society that really depends on them having those financial literacy skills. I then went to a band concert, well, I actually went to two, with Mr. Calabrese over at Catalina. He not only, this is really stepping above, not only has he taught those students how to use the instruments and come together and play music, which oftentimes in the past you can't recognize, his songs, you knew what they were. And as the finale, he walked to the back of the room and he had three students that each one conducted the band. Now, that is educating the whole child. That is putting something in somebody's mind that they never would have thought of before. Maybe I can be the conductor of the San Diego Philharmonic Orchestra. Just think of the opportunities and the ideas that he planted in their minds. I know each and every one of our staff members does something similar to that. And I thank you all for that and hope that you spend time rejuvenating over the summertime, being part of our wonderful summer camps, and also taking advantage of the professional development opportunities that we're going to have available. Thank you. I applaud all of you for all you do.
Any other comments? I also want to say thank you, and my comments today are to highlight the contract service agreement between Alhambra Elementary School District and the National Institute for Excellence in Teaching. That was approved in the consent agenda item, as a consent agenda today. And so the NIET support will include training staff on teaching and learning standards to support the growth of Alhambra teachers. Support includes on-site professional training for administrators, coaches, collaborative teams, and teachers. And I want to thank the entire team, the governing board, Dr. Mayes, the cabinet, all our teachers and staff, because this is investing $291,500 into professional development. So I appreciate you continuing to support our district with these opportunities. Any other comments? Mr. Solorio?
No comments for me.
Okay. We're going to move to the next portion is I2, Governing Board Direction and/or Agenda Item Requests. Any other board direction or agenda item requests? Mr. Solorio?
Nothing for me today.
Okay. None? Okay. Hearing none, we'll go to I3, comments from superintendent and executive team.
Good evening, everyone. To comment first on the training that we're really excited about through NIET, we're also very grateful for our Project Momentum grant that will be able to support that endeavor. So this evening, though, I'd like to begin our comments with Ms. Bilyeu, please.
Thank you. President Conchas, members of the board, and Dr. Mayes. Tonight I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our outstanding warehouse and business office teams. As many of you are aware, the dynamic nature of our school business keeps us on our toes on the regular, but this year has been nothing short of extraordinary. Typically, our warehouse processes about 3 to 5 pallets of goods daily. Each pallet measures 4 feet by 4 feet square, so it's quite a bit of traffic flow. However, thanks to the proactive efforts of our federal projects team in securing the arts grant and their work to maximize the remaining preschool funds to support our preschoolers across the district, we've experienced a significant surge in orders. And over the past month alone, our warehouse has been bustling, handling an average of 7 to 11 pallets a day, which is double their workload. So remarkably, this was all achieved by the same 2 full-time employees, Joel Naka Matson and Steve Partridge, but recognizing the urgent need to get these materials swiftly into the hands of our educators and students, a team from our business office also stepped in to assist. So you saw these members suit up in shorts or jeans and buckle down. So we had Scott Huseman, Heather Lusk, Alicia Oropesa, Lavonda Walls, Daniela Perez, Eric Escobedo, Chris Warman from Child Nutrition, and even a retiree, Polly Klingenberg. So all of them set aside their regular duties, rolled up their sleeves, and dove in. We really appreciate the meticulous work they did to make sure that this work was delivered correctly to our sites and caught the warehouse up in about a week and a half. So I couldn't be prouder of our teams. They consistently demonstrate their unwavering commitment to our students and their willingness to do whatever it takes. It truly embodies the spirit of the Alhambra family. Thank you.
Good evening, President Conchas, governing board members, Dr. Myers, Alhambra community. Mrs. De Ocampo, you pretty much stole all my thunder. All my remarks that I was going to make tonight, you touched upon, but I think it's worth mentioning again. I want to start off by saying to Ms. Karen Stengel, thank you so very much for keeping the whole child at play and the many wonderful examples of that beautiful work that just helps our district to be more rich. I also want to celebrate the work of Mrs. Karen Schmaltz and the newness of this summer camp experience that you're putting together. It is going to be a uniquely different summer experience for our students, and one that we believe also will bring a richness to a summer moment for our students. What it also does is it frees up the work of a lot of our teachers, a lot of our certified staff who in the summer of newness with the summer camp are going to be participating in a lot of professional development. In fact, I'll share with you a figure that as of today, 350 teachers have signed up for at least one summer professional learning experience, and that accounts for about half of our teachers district-wide. And I'll share with you that's only one, they have signed up for at least one. Many of those teachers have signed up for multiple opportunities for professional learning, and we're very excited for all of that to help them prepare for an upcoming year. And lastly, I want to just give a complete acknowledgement and shout out to our educational services team, who is working very diligently to make good on the promise to have our updated pacing support guides with updated professional guidance for all of our teachers throughout the district by the last day of school. And we're really looking forward to a great summer and a lot of good work in preparation for the next school year. So thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, President Conchas, governing board members, Dr. Myers, and our Alhambra community. Tonight, I would just want to take this opportunity to share a celebration on behalf of our district. We recently received the Gold HOP Award for Healthy Arizona Workplace, HOP. It's our 7th consecutive year of winning this award, really showing our commitment to wellness, also taking care of ourselves, taking care of each other, our great wellness team. I want to shout out to men in our audience as well. So just the work that they do together, and for our whole community, we once again won another award. And to slide that right into reminder tomorrow to keep your wellness going, our last day for insurance open enrollment is tomorrow. So keep healthy lifestyles and taking care of each other and ourselves. So thanks, and great celebration for our team. Thank you.
Good evening, President Conchas, Governing Board, Dr. Maez. I just want to celebrate the great abundance of goodies that our nurses were able to unpack and fill up their emergency bags. So the grant that they secured earlier this year was about $100,000. And thank you to everyone who helped support capturing that grant. But the James W.R. MPR was packed with boxes and items of very high-grade medical supplies, equipment, tools for them. So on Nurses Day, they got to show up and see all their presents. And they got to build their own individual emergency bags, which are on rollers. And they put in them high-tech CPR recitators, masks, high-grade medical stethoscopes. I mean, you know, just really nice and neat stuff, what you would find in actual medical offices. And what I learned is that a lot of what our nurses use, our health offices use, is refurbished, because that's what we can afford. Well, this grant really changed the game for us. And so they were very excited, very grateful. It was like Christmas in May. And our offices in our schools will also be able to get an emergency bag. And with that, it'll also include contact lists for the students on campus and a megaphone. So that way, in the event of an emergency, everybody can still have communication and contacting who we need to. So just really good stuff for our health offices teams. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. As you've heard, just so many wonderful things going on, and so I appreciate everyone's hard work to make it all happen. I know Ms. Perry mentioned our well-being event, the award. Again, thank you all for your hard work in that, and Mr. Nguyen for your hard work. I know you lead a lot of those efforts. And speaking of that, I'm sure each of you may have noticed the well-being event that we had at Chicken and Pickle recently, and we had almost 100 people there, right? It was a full house. Alhambra was well represented, and I just loved seeing so many of the staff from different schools playing each other and getting to know each other, and so it really brought people together. So I was very grateful for that, and I have no doubt that next year, after all everyone speaking so highly of the event, that it'll be even more attended, bringing our team together. So thank you. Ms. Dale Campo, you spoke of the whole child events, and the truth is every evening it's like you don't know where to go. There's so many things. The same night you were at the Catalina concert, I was at the Granada East concert, really enjoying that. And then I know Ms. Stengel was watching Gap win their championship, and just so many events that evening. But one thing I do want to share is I had the pleasure of watching 15 students from James W. Rice perform at ASU in the theater, their guitars, and they were amazing. Like you mentioned, I was so impressed, and I couldn't help but compare them to the other elementary schools that were playing, and our kids really did make us proud, and so I was so grateful. And I know that Ms. Noble, our principal there, will be accompanying several of our leaders as they attend a field trip to go serve at Feed My Starving Children. And so it really inspires me to see all the wonderful things that all of our staff are leading. And as I know we mentioned, Ms. Martin, you mentioned the brick and mortar and how difficult it is right now. I know it's very busy, and so I thank you all. And I do want to just share with you, I don't want to end on a sad note, but I do think it's important to keep in mind, towards the end of April, we did lose one of our students from Granada West. And as I spoke to the teacher, number one, I'm so grateful for our staff who really loves our kids. And our teacher, when our teacher and counselor heard that our student was in the hospital, the team came together and immediately made a way for the staff, because our teacher and counselor wanted to go and be with our mom, as knowing dad is in another country and not able to be there, and they spent some time there and supporting our family, and just really were there for them. And it just, to me, showed the love that our staff have for our kids. And our student did pass away, and I share with you, Ms. Poe, our teacher, did share that it taught her a lot. She shared a beautiful picture with me, the last memory she had of this young man as he was blowing bubbles, and she shared just what it reminded her was, in all the busyness, to slow down. And so as we have our week ahead with our wonderful students, the reason why we all love coming to work every day, I just remind us all that you're all making a great difference in the lives of our kids. And we see it, everyone sees it, the kids know it, the kids love you all. And so may you all treasure every moment and enjoy as you slow down, and enjoy every moment. So have a good night.
We're going to move to J, meeting closing. J1, our next governing board meeting is June 13th at 6 p.m. Moving to J2, calendar of events. You can see the calendar of events there. Moving to J3, adjournment. I call for motion to adjourn this meeting.
I move that we adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Lopeza. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Ms. Dale Campo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any discussion? Discussion is that Mr. Navarez is in Paris and he wishes he was here.
He wishes he was.
He really does. That motion passes and this meeting is adjourned.